All right. Hey, guess what? Sorry about that. Welcome to Straight Up on 107.1 FM. We'll be right back with lots of issues, lots of things we will be discussing within this 1 hour period. So share the link.
I'm in the mood. I'm feeling rude. I'm feeling hot. I want to run. The feeling exciting. So darling, let's do something. I wanna rub my body on your body. Body on your body. Let me rub my body on your body. I wanna rub my body on your body. I wanna rub and love 'em. I wanna rub and kiss 'em. I wanna rub and jam 'em. I wanna rub and rub 'em. I wanna rub my body on your body. Rub my body on your body. Let me rub my body. Rub my body on your body. I just get paid. I want to play. The vibes is right. I wanna hug up tight. No time to waste. I wanna work my ways. So come on now, babes. Give me a taste. I wanna rub my body on your body. I wanna rub my body on your body. Let me rub my body on your body. I wanna rub my body on your body. I wanna rub and love 'em. I wanna rub and kiss 'em. I wanna rub and jam 'em. I wanna rub and rub 'em. I wanna rub my body on your body. I wanna rub my body on your body. Let me rub my body on your body. I wanna rub my body on your body. Well, you know, I'm feeling, 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 I'm feeling. Smoke in my brain. I wanna do my thing. Work up a sweat until I soak in wet. Rub your body, show no mercy. Because I'm feeling tipsy, I'm feeling freaky. I wanna rub my body on your body. I wanna rub my body on your body. Let me rub my body on your body. I wanna rub my body on your body. I wanna rub and love 'em. I wanna rub and kiss 'em. I wanna rub and jam 'em. I wanna
attorney Shellen Washington, owner and founder of the Washington Law Firm, located at 455 Utica Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. We're specialized in medical malpractice, personal injuries, matrimonial law, and landlord and tenant. If you're in need of legal representation, please give us a call today. The number to call is 718-877-3100. Consultation is free at no cost to you. So call us today to see if we can be of any assistance to your legal needs. Again, the phone number to call us is 718-877-3100.
If you are looking to have your statutory declaration, affidavit of income, identity, damage or lost passport, lost license, tenancy agreement, agreement of settlement, power of attorney, last will and testament, and certification of documents, then you need to visit the Alistair Collins firm, located at the Killian Mall, 162 Lamaha Street in Georgetown, between Camp and Waterloo Street. Alistair Collins is a commissioner of oaths and a justice of the peace. Make certain you visit him or call for more information at 649-6410 or 685-6448 or 503-1451. And there's adequate parking available. Go down to the Alistair Collins firm and have all of your legal issues settled and brought to the fore. Alistair Collins firm. Contact them at Alistair Collins firm.
All right, hey, guess what? Don't go anywhere. We're right here this evening. I have to run into the studio. You should see me sweating, but I don't want you guys to see me sweating at all. So let me just take some time out to ensure that I put on a little makeup, right? Well, good evening. I must apologize. But last evening, I wasn't able to be on. So the operator, Lemon, thank you so much. Was able to do a rebroadcast. But this is not a rebroadcast, mind you. This is not a rebroadcast, all right? So don't think that it's a rebroadcast. You'll get that opportunity to see me. But why not share the link? Seriously, why not share the link? Let us know that you are on with us. Wherever you're from, it's okay. Good evening to all of you. But share the link. We'd love for you to share the link, right? One of the things that we don't do here is keep repeating that you should share the link. Should we be doing that every single night? I doubt that we should, right? It should be automatic, man. Seriously. Let me say good night to the guys, the folks, them at Andrew's Supermarket out in South. It's on Aubrey Barker Road. I'm told that they never miss a program. So good evening to the folks at Andrew's Supermarket. And if you want the best products and cheap stuff, and reasonably cheap, that is, just go down to Andrew's Supermarket. Tell them you heard it right here on 107.1 FM, and you will get something. You'll either, if it's on a Sunday, you'll get a Village Voice. But the Village Voice is not printing right now. It is not printing at the moment. maybe sometime soon I'll have Mr. Lincoln Lewis to come on to talk about the Village Voice and why it is not printing. You will get it online, but it's just not printing at all. Good evening and welcome to Straight Up. My name is Mark Benschop. I had to rush to the studio after finish that program with David Hines. A good program, a straightforward program talking about situation in the African Guyanese community. And we should have no apologies to talk about situations of such, right? But I noticed one individual who commented and say, sometimes Benschop is a bit confusing. And I respect that comment indeed. That 1 minute he says protest, the next minute he says don't protest. I don't know that I'm saying don't protest. But in the context in which that question was posed by Dr. David Hines, I'm saying, what is it? We go out tomorrow? What are we protesting about tomorrow? We've got to have something that we protest about. And when we protest, it shouldn't be divided that some folks don't want to go out and support the protest because Congress Place didn't sanction it, or because AGDA didn't sanction it, or because it is Benschop protesting, or Lincoln Lewis, or David Hines. And that's the point that I'm making, that we've got to go back to the table. And we've got to iron out our differences, right? Otherwise, we go out tomorrow, we protest, and we back to square one the next day. That's all I'm saying. I love a protest, mind you. You guys know that I can protest, as we say in Guyana, for tea, breakfast, and dinner. So I don't want anybody misunderstand me at all or misinterpret what I've said, right? I am just, I'm a protester, man. I love protesting, right? Dr. Hines spoke about the political opponents. They call us, bad boys. I don't want them to call us bad boys. Their interpretation of bad boys is not the same as you guys when you interpret, or when you in a loving way address us as the political bad boys, in a good sense, mind you. Just like the late Congressman John Lewis spoke about good trouble. Yeah, we are good bad boys. We are not the type of bad boys they want us to be, Jack Deere and his cronies and them, right? Look, I forget, Rita Singh, whenever it is that we are up there in an economic standpoint, I gotta give Rita Singh some sort of something, because she's reminding me here that Mark, will Mr. Anderson be on tonight? Mr. Anderson, thank you so much, Rita. I appreciate it. Rita Singh, thank you. So Rita Singh is asking, is Tom going to be on tonight? Mr. Thomas Anderson. No, Tom is not going to be on tonight. Here's why. Tom is going to be back with us on Friday. He's a little bit under the weather, He's a little bit under the weather. Tom is. But we'll take a quick break because I want you to go out and support this lawyer, this attorney at law. Support her. If you have whatever problems you're having, you're going through a divorce, protection order, landlord issue with your landlord, call her. If your landlord and your tenant doesn't want to move out of his basement, call her. Whatever it is, call her. Call her. If you slip and you fell on the sidewalk, whatever, and you want to sue, not the guy, not kind of sue, right? Not Jack Deere friend Sue, but SUE. Give her a call. We'll be right back because we have a lot to talk about this evening.
So this is attorney Shellen Washington, owner and founder of the Washington Law Firm, located at 455 Utica Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. We're specialized in medical malpractice, personal injuries, matrimonial law, and landlord and tenant. If you're in need of legal representation, please give us a call today. The number to call is 718-877-3100. Consultation is free at no cost to you. So call us today to see if we can be of any assistance to your legal needs. Again, the phone number to call us is 718-877-3100.
What is the difference between the ordinary thief and a political thief? Number one, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your business. Number two, the hilarious part is that the ordinary thief will choose whom to rob. But you are the one who choose the political thief to rob you. Because we choose them. We vote them. We blindly say we are not blind. Who is deceiving who? The ridiculous part of the whole issue is that we will fight to defend and protect our belongings from the ordinary thief. Is it not? But we fight each other to defend and protect the political thief. Is that not what we do? Thugs will be fighting themselves to protect those that are stealing our career, stealing our joy, stealing our health, stealing our success. What a shame. What a travesty. It calls for us to think and think deep. The stage we are in as a country is not a stage where you become an onlooker. You have become an onlooker for too long. You must get ready to put your hands to the plow and be part of the process. It's not just about PVC, carry PVC. You must be in the kitchen where it is being determined. You must be there where the decisions are being made. If we are there in our numbers, they cannot outnumber us. But you leave it aloof.
All right. Don't panic. I was trying to get the number up and running, but our operator, Lemon, is going to have to do a lot of answering, right? But look, I want to involve you guys this evening because I thought that we would have been able to get the phone lines up and running. Unfortunately, that's not the case, but we've got to move on with the show, right? So I'll just take it a little smooth this evening. I want to hear. I want to read some of your comments and what is bothering you guys, so that we can talk about it this evening on 107.1 FM. So I will be running through the comment section to see what is bothering you and how we can work to possibly fix it, right? And to move forward. Let me see here. People are saying to Mr. Anderson, get well soon. Let me see here. What's bothering you? What can we talk about tonight? Look, we're not throwing personal things and individuals of no consequence. We don't want to talk about those very, very small fish kind of people who like to describe themselves as honorable and those nonsense. Those are what we coin here as flat-foot hustlers. That's just what they are, flat-foot hustlers. And we're not in the business of promoting flat-foot hustlers here on 107.1 FM. You know who they are, right? They're just about themselves, and then they cozy up with the oppressors just for a little crumbs, a little bread crumbs or biscuit crumbs or something of that nature. You hear some of them going back into the bosom of the oppressors and all manner of things. It's not because they can bring votes or take votes to those people. It's because they want a couple of crumbs. They want a little porridge in the cups and these sort of things. That's just what it's about. So let me see. Somebody says CPL in GT. What's that CPL? Cricket, right? I don't want to sound as though I'm a little old or out of touch, right? CPL is probably cricket. Cricket. I don't really want to talk cricket, man. Oh, sorry. I hope you guys didn't hear that, right? I really want to talk cricket. CPL. CPL. Sherrod sidekick or side chick. Let me say this to you. We are not in the business of, who take money, who give. We don't talk about that guy. Those folks are not relevant here. And so I don't want our platform to be used for that purpose. All right, Sherrod side chick, whatever that is, Sherrod side chick. So please let us stay focused. You see, That is what's spoiling us. That is why we are where we are, because those little silly things. Sherrod side chick, what a name, Sherrod side chick. I should just ring the bell for that. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. Sherrod side chick. Anyways, good evening to all of you guys. We want to focus. We want to talk about things that really makes a heck of a lot of sense, man. Those flat-foot hustlers, Sherrod side chick. Those flat-foot hustlers, they don't worth our time here, man. Right? They just don't worth our time. And so I'll be looking at the comment section to see exactly what is it that is bothering you guys as it pertains to Guyana. I know some of you have been out of Guyana for such a long time. Then here it is, Sherrod side chick saying, I love you too, Mark. Sherrod side chick. I bet by next month, this person may change their Facebook name to Mark side chick. All right, good. Thank you. So let's move on here now. I'm looking. Let's see what Jem is saying. I heard he sent just a dry. Let's start off with this then. I heard he sent a letter to GCOM stating he's out of the country for medical reason. Oh, Father. I don't know how to respond to Jem. And Jem is a regular listener, you know. Jem, good evening to you. Jem is saying she's responding to someone, I believe, that this rumor about Granger. Oh, shucks, Mark. Boy, Granger is Benschop. Benschop is Granger. Boy. But look, all I try to do is to let us be fair and stop with this rumor mongering and all these manner of things. But let me set this record straight. Granger cannot send, it's common sense. Granger cannot send a letter to GCOM just like that. He cannot. There is a process, right? There is a process. The process starts, and it's in today's Stabrook News, and check it out, please. And let's be nice and peaceful, right? Here, the process, according to Stabrook News, is that the clerk of the National Assembly has to notify GCOM, of course, through the Speaker of the National Assembly. Let me see if I can break this thing down a little bit, just a little bit. All right. So after tonight, we all will understand something. So here's what happens. After there's a vacancy in the National Assembly, the Speaker, this PPP guy, Manzoor Nadir, will have to inform the clerk of the National Assembly that there is a vacancy, or there are vacancies. As of tomorrow, there will be 2 vacancies, right? April 1st, sorry. 2 vacancies. And so the Speaker will notify the clerk of the National Assembly. The clerk of the National Assembly will then notify GCOM. When that happens, GCOM will notify the leader of the list. Then the leader of the list will have to extract 2 names from the list. And some of you have been hearing about the list, but some of you don't understand the list. Well, what is the list exactly? Get this guy off get that guy off there. What is the list really? And let me break it down again. And I use the word break it down not to insult anybody, but I want to break it down for you guys. At every elections, a list is submitted. Oh, by the way, this is the manifesto of the PPP, the coalition manifesto. Brilliant, bang on manifesto, right? So here is what happens. Here is what happens. Sorry. Here is what happens. While I think sorry about that. here is what happens. Seem to have some slight technical difficulty, but here's what happened. Let's fix this, and we can come back and we'll have a nice discussion. We can disagree with each other too. It's okay. It's okay. But you guys give me a quick second. Let's fix this technical problem that we have at this end.
What is the difference between the ordinary thief and a political thief? Number one, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your business. Number two, the hilarious part is that the ordinary thief will choose whom to rob. But you are the one who choose the political thief to rob you. Because we choose them. We vote them. We blindly say we are not blind. Who is deceiving who? The ridiculous part of the whole issue is that we will fight to defend and protect our belongings from the ordinary thief. Is it not? But we fight each other to defend and protect the political thief. Is that not what we do? Thugs will be fighting themselves to protect those that are stealing our career, stealing our joy, stealing our health, stealing our success. What a shame. What a travesty. It calls for us to think and think deep. The stage we are in as a country is not a stage where you become an onlooker. You have become an onlooker for too long. You must get ready to put your hands to the plow and be part of the process. It's not just about PVC, carry PVC. You must be in the kitchen where it is being determined. You must be there where the decisions are being made. We are there in our numbers, they cannot outnumber us. But you leave it aloof. Oh, no, it's too dirty. It's a dirty game. And then the dirty guy is getting to the game of play. And you are there not showing up. And when they begin to make the decisions, you will know whether it's a dirty.
All right, welcome back. Sorry about that. And now let's get back to the question that Jem asked, that about the process. The process is, it's not as complicated, but like I've said, every elections, every party has a list, and that list consists of candidates, whether candidates from the PR list, proportional representation list, or the geographic list, or the top-up list, right? They also the top-up list. And so if a member of parliament from the top-up list simply means that person would have to be replaced from someone or by someone from that top-up list. If it's a regional seat, then the person from the regional seat would have to be replaced with another person from the regional seat, right? In the case of Mr. Harman, I suspect that he's from the top-up. In the case of Dr. Nicolette Henry, I suspect that she's from the top-up as well. So two persons will have to be replaced there from the top-up seat. And so all of those names, the candidates, have to be submitted at GCOM. And once those the list is submitted with all of the candidates, then a leader of the list is identified. As of now, the leader of the list is David Arthur Granger. He became the leader of the list in 2020 elections. In the 2015 elections, Professor Harold Lochman was the leader of the list. Prior to that, chairman of the PNCR, Mr. Kami Ramsrup, I believe, was also the leader of the list. So now when there's a vacancy available, the leader of the list doesn't automatically write to GCOM. There's a process. I think Stabrook News actually spoke about that process. They wrote about this process today. Stabrook News is saying Parliament to send letter to Granger notifying of MP vacancies. Parliament to send. So it simply means that Parliament has not done so as yet. It is the process. He has to have that letter to notify, and then GCOM is also notified. So look, here's what it says. As of March 19, this is according to the Stabrook News, as of March 19, Chief Election Officer Vishnu Prasad had told Stabrook News that the clerk of the National Assembly was yet to inform him of the vacancy that he cannot write to the leader of the list. And the leader of the list is David Arthur Granger. So GCOM is saying they cannot write to David Granger to advise. He has to be advised by GCOM that there are 2 vacancies. Well, as of now, there's only 1. But as of the 1st of April, there will be 2 vacancies. And so the Chief Elections Officer of GCOM, Vishnu Prasad, is saying that the National Assembly was yet to inform him, meaning he hasn't gotten any letter from the National Assembly. That's the procedure. After he receives that letter of a vacancy or vacancies, he now will have to write to the leader of the list, to say to the leader of the list that there are 2 vacancies in the National Assembly. That's all. That's all. What's all? All right. Again, guys, let's stick to, the topic, right? And that's all. So you're hearing this rumor that, oh, Granger ain't right nobody yet, and he gone, and he's sick, and he out. I mean, I know how you guys, some of you guys feel. Don't get me wrong. But the misinformation, the propaganda, we must not buy into the propaganda. We must not. It has been the process. It has been the procedure for all the time, for over 2 decades. That is how it has been. You guys have to understand what the law is and the procedure is as it pertains to these things. I want you guys to see my face when I say, oh man, oh. All right, let me see what's next on the list. What next do you guys want to talk about? You're going to break it down and then tomorrow they come back again. Same thing, Same thing again. Everything they're going to blame Granger for. Everything. If my wife can't get pregnant, they're going to blame Granger. If a man stumpy big toe, oops, you can blame Granger. Let me hear this next question from Jem. Jem, I'm not picking on you, right? I like you. Oops, I know you're on this show, so I appreciate the fact that you. Do you think Granger will be giving up his seat anytime soon? Okay, now that I'm feeling a little better, let me answer this question to you, Jem. Granger doesn't have a seat. Granger is not in Parliament. He's not in Parliament. He doesn't have a seat. Oh, Father. Jem, you are a gem indeed. John C. Paul is saying, that does not stop Mr. Granger from announcing in advance that his party's choice to replace Harman and Henry. Mr. Harman and Mr. Henry, Miss Henry, sorry. I get you. I get you. It's a little ticklish for me because in the past we have never seen this sort. We've never had this sort of problem, especially coming out of a coalition government, a rough coalition government, a coalition government that saw a lot of things, especially from some of those folks in the AFC, right? I do believe that this should be over with as early as possible, right? But there is a procedure. I do believe it should be over. And Aubrey Norton should be sent to Parliament as early as possible. I do believe that. I do support that. I don't know who else is going to go in Parliament, but I hope it's not individuals who are just going there for payday and they can't fight, and there's gonna. It's complicated. It's complicated, right? It's very It's not as easy as some of you guys think. Oh, let this. Oh, this. It's not that easy. But the first person that should enter Parliament should be the leader of the PNCR, Aubrey Compton Norton. I support that 100%. Who goes after? I don't know. Who else should resign? I don't know. I just don't know. But I hope things do not get out of hand, though. That's just what I hope. Now, when Mr. Norton goes into Parliament, they will decide on who should be the next parliamentary opposition. I don't know, but they will decide that. I noticed Barbara Barrington is saying Aubrey and Solomon. Aubrey can go into Parliament because Aubrey's name was on the list. I don't think that Mr. Solomon can go into Parliament because, as far as I recall, Mr. Sharma Solomon cannot go into Parliament because his name is not on the list. He was not a candidate. He was just not a candidate. Basil Clark is saying Simona Brooms. It is difficult for Ms. Simona Brooms to enter Parliament at this time because she has resigned from the PNCR. So if she resigned from the PNCR, who would she be going there to represent? So she's definitely out. All right. So thank you, Basil. I hope that answers your question. Leah Waldron is asking a question here. When will they get rid of Kemraj? A lot of times we seem to think that getting rid of one individual is just the end of the problem. Getting rid. But I get your point, though, Aliyah. I get your point. Nikki Innes is saying, Mark, I need you in. You're making me blush. You need me in Parliament. All right, Nikki. Sherrod Side Chick is saying, I'm looking at Kemraj sideways. Well, rest assured that Kemraj is looking at you sideways too. Kemraj is looking at you sideways too. In fact, he's looking at all of us sideways. Then we have Shiraz Razan. This man should talk last. Oh, Father Jehovah. This man should talk last. Just like that. Where does this thing come from? No photograph, no nothing. I don't know. Welcome to the show, Shiraz. Welcome to the show, Shiraz. Welcome. All right, let's look at some of your comments here. Sorry, I'm reading some of your comments here. I noticed Morna, Grandma Morna. Hi, Grandma Morna. Good evening. Grandma Morna is asking here, when Mr. Norton gets into Parliament, they're going to have another Charandas. Oh, there will always be the Charandas, always. And, I'll say this to you guys, and it's not often that all the Charandas will look like a Charandas, That's all I wish to say. There are lots of Charandases indeed, and political opportunists. So we have a Bernice. Hi, Bernice. How are you? Hello, Mark. Good evening. How are you? Hi, how are you? This is Miss Eileen Lampkin. Hi, Eileen. Good to see you. I'm looking at some of your comments. Let's see what JT Cole. Here's what JT Cole is saying. If the appointment of an acting commissioner of police could be fast-tracked without the necessary consultations, yet declared legal, why not the opposition leader? Okay, good question, but it is not the opposition leader that fast-tracked this here at all. It is not. It is the installed president who decides on that, and he has fast-tracked it. What I wish to see, though, is, and I thought that by now, guess what? By now, legal documents should have been filed by the PNCR. They should have filed that already, just like they were supposed to be filed for the NRF. It's still waiting to be filed. I don't know. Are you guys feeling are you feeling how I'm feeling? Right? And so once everything is set for the 2 seats to be filled in Parliament, there's another process. And here what this other process is. They have to call Parliament. Parliament will have to be reconvened. And I'll tell you guys this. Parliament is not going to reconvene specifically and just to elect a leader of the opposition. It is not going to work. It's just not going to work, my friends. You have to wait until there's Parliament again, whether next month, whether the following month, and then after Parliament reconvenes. And the 2 seats are filled, or even 1 seat is filled, they will have a motion by the opposition. The chief whip will introduce a motion calling for the voting or the election of whatever of an opposition leader. And then the speaker will decide whether to accept that motion or not. But in my opinion, that should be a priority at the next sitting of the National Assembly. So there's another thing. Wait, we don't know when there's going to be Parliament again. But thank you so much, JT Co. All right. Let us see some other comments here. Yeah, I'm reading some of your comments and deciding, and let's go back to Gladys Prasad. Hi, Gladys. Gladys is asking me, who should go to Parliament? Of course, I think, it's the right thing to do, to send Aubrey to Parliament. That's it. Aubrey should go into Parliament. Who else should go into Parliament? I don't know. I think that going on to 2 years now, there should be an assessment of the performances of those who are currently in Parliament. And if some of them are not up to doing the job, then they should do the right thing and be replaced by people who can get the job done. That's just how I feel. But to say who should go other than Aubrey Norton, you're putting me on the spot there, Gladys. You're really putting me on the spot. All right? You're putting me on the spot. Let me see what Roxanne Bacchus, RB. Hi, Roxanne. How are you? Roxanne is saying, Mr. Benschop, filing legal documents in Guyana is a waste of time, in my opinion. The judicial system is designed for the PPP. Hi, Wendy. Ms. Simons is asking a question here. Can Sharma, I assume Sharma Solomon, can Sharma Solomon be sent to Parliament? And the answer to that is no. He cannot be sent to Parliament. The only set of people who can be sent to Parliament are those whose names are on the list. I don't think Sharma's name is on the list. I don't think Sharma was a candidate in the 2020 general and regional elections. So nobody outside of that list can be sent to Parliament. Say, for example, if you guys want to send maybe Roxanne Bacchus or so to Parliament, you can't send Roxanne because her name is not on the list. You can't send me because my name is not on the list. You can't send Rickford Burke because his name is not on the list. And of course, you have to have an ID card. So they're double bang for Rickford. He doesn't have an ID card because he's been out of Guyana for about, Burke, how long have you been out of? Nearly 30 years. It's missing a lot. That's what's happening on the ground. A lot of things have actually changed, right? And so let me see what else. Ronson Charles is saying, Mark, I know how you feel. The whole country feel dead with the install government. The entire country, of course, Ronson, because that is what it is. They're just about to hustle. They go into Linden, they're not concerned about the Lindeners. They're not concerned about those sort of things. Let me go back. This thing caught my attention, boots on the ground. I don't know, Jai Paul. John C. Paul, sorry. Way hotting up my head for man. I barely made it here to the studio and you're hotting up my head. Here's what John Jai Paul, C. Paul is saying. Parliament can meet as soon as the opposition wants it to, if they put massive boots on the ground. They're not going to do that, my friend. They're not going to do that. Let's stop wasting our time thinking that they're going to put boots on the ground. They may put in no boots on the ground. Take my word. So you'll have a bit of splintered groups. You'll have a couple of people protesting here, a couple of people protesting there, but they may put in boots on the ground, John. They're not. Bentley A. Edwards is asking me to name some names on the list. I wish I could name some of the folks whose names are on the list, but I don't know. But based on what I've read in the paper, the newspapers, I think Volda Lawrence's name is on the list. Gary Best name is on the list. And a few others. But maybe I can get that for you guys tomorrow, Bentley. I'll try my best to see if I can get that tomorrow. Aliyah is correct that might be available somewhere online, right? Ali is asking another good question here, and so do most of you. Ask some pertinent questions. Ali is saying, Mark, can you find out how the budgeted money for the office of the opposition is spent? Well, it is spent once the opposition leader gets in there, and I think they got like about $25 million. A lot of it going to be going up for rent, right? And so then the leader of the opposition, whoever is the leader of the opposition, will get his salary or her salary, because we don't know yet who is going to be the leader of the opposition. We don't know as yet. We don't know if Miss Walda Lawrence goes into Parliament, whether her name will pop up, whether she will be nominated, and then they will have to vote. So we can possibly see several nominations. If Walda Lawrence goes into Parliament, maybe we'll see her name being nominated as well. And so I don't know. Politics is strange, right? It is so strange. But Aubrey Norton is expected to be voted as to become the next opposition leader. But anything can happen. If Walda goes in there, maybe Walda Lawrence might say, well, look, let them strike a deal and put her there as the opposition. I don't know. That's just, I'm just talking here, right? And then there's Gary Best, who also wants to go into Parliament. All right, so back to this question about, I notice John C. Paul here again is saying attorney at law Gary Best should be sent to Parliament to balance security debates. I don't know who else should go into Parliament, but the opposition leader money is spent when the leader gets in there. The money is still being spent because they have a staff. It's weird. But hopefully soon, Guyana should get an opposition leader who will take control of the purse and the spending of that purse. P-U-R-S-E, right? Hope that answers your question. Somebody's asking, what about James Bond? James Bond seemed to be happy doing what he's doing, and so he probably wouldn't go into Parliament. But they have new leadership now. Who knows? Maybe if Ms. Walda Lawrence says he should, if the leader of the PNCR wants, that is Aubrey Norton, wants to have him in Parliament, well, you never know. But strap your laces and your yachting boots and your heels and expect some surprises, and expect maybe in some respects to you, some of you, some disappointments. I don't know. It's all politics, right? It's all politics. It's all politics. Mr. Gary Greenwich is asking a question here. I have noticed a very worrying trend. Why aren't any MPs appearing on any of these live programs? Is there something someone needs to tell us supporters? Painfully, you guys like to, seriously, you guys like to see my facial expressions, right? And I suppose that is why these questions are being asked, right? These questions are being asked. I don't like to run with rumors because there's no evidence. I've on this show, on this station, we have Mr. Dinesh Jaiprashad, Member of Parliament. He has his own show here. He invites members of Parliament. And we have opposition folks who have gone on the morning show with Gabby, and Selector Andre. They've gone there with the crew, Earl, and Josh. So they have been there. I don't think there's a problem. But getting to and being straight up with you, Gary, again, I don't like to answer up to rumors. Even though I have heard that the leadership of the party, the PNCR, has instructed MPs not to go on certain shows. That's just a rumor, right? I don't know or not. And I am supposing that you have heard that as well, right? Hence your reason for asking that. Hence your reason for asking that, right? I got you. I hope that answers the question. And if it is true that that is the case, then how can we have unity? Because you need all the votes. You need my vote again. You need my support also again. You need the support of the other Facebook show host and so forth. You need everybody's support. You can't be so vindictive and picky and petty and all manner of things and then expect everything to be hunky-dory, right? And I hope that is not true. But tomorrow I'll try to invite at least a member of parliament to see whether that is true. I'll test the waters, mind you. But I don't want to believe that, though, Mr. Greenwich. I just don't want to believe that. I have the list here. Thank you, Mr. Mervyn Williams. I have the list here that I want to read for you guys. Yep, sorry, I'm still looking at some of your comments. I ain't see no cussing out tonight by some members of the Trench Grapple crew. Let me see here. Somebody, Yachendra Rambaran, is saying I'm in need of help with this noise disturbance from some altitude nightclub, Sandy Bob Street. The authorities is not doing anything. What legal proceedings could be taken from the law to stop this? Yachendra, I feel your pain, right? Yachendra, I feel your pain. A group of you guys in that area can come out and protest, come out and protest. Let the people know, come out and protest, and you'll get my support. I'm sure you'll get other people's support, because you guys shouldn't be living like that. Is Sita Bar still noisy, and all those other clubs still noisy? I don't know. All right. Let me see here. Okay, so here's the list. The APNU list of candidates for the top-up, the national top-up. And I put this 107.1 FM stuff over so that I can read it from this list. John Adams. I believe John Adams was already in Parliament, maybe once or twice. Beverly Alert. I recognize that name. AFC. Genevieve Allen. Richard Allen. Amna Ali. Chamar Ali. Again, if you're wondering the names, this list is basically those who are on the list. Mark, not Mark Benschop, right? I paused there for a moment for you guys. Mark Archer. His name is on the list. Mark Archer. What stupidness is this? Wait a minute. Okay, before I get to what stupidness is this, and this is fun tonight, right? I ain't going no way. We can stay here till probably about 1 o'clock tomorrow morning. I ain't going no way. Here's story here. Laugh. Hold on a second, man. Y'all hold on. I want to get this thing done better for y'all, right? Because I ain't done yet. Even if it's all night, we're going all night tonight. all night we going tonight. Y'all got to get this list here, right? Here now, I want y'all do me a favor. We talking Guyanese now, right? I'll be right back. Holy smoke! This list is something else. We'll take a quick break. We coming back. I wanna show you guys the list, right? Holy smoke!
So, this is attorney Shellen Washington, owner and founder of the Washington law firm located at 455 Utica Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. We're specialized in medical malpractice, personal injuries, matrimonial law, and landlord and tenant. If you're in need of legal representation, please give us a call today. The number to call is 718-877-3100. Consultation is free at no cost to you. So call us today to see if we can be of any assistance to your legal needs. Again, the phone number to call us is 718-877-3100.
All right, hey, welcome back, right? Welcome back. It's after 10 already. It's after 10, right? It's after 10. Maybe I should go now and give you guys the list later on. What do you think? You guys want to see the list now or later on? Lynette Nelson, she said that I said, yes, Mr. Norton had promised to be on the show, but it was a tentative. And so he's back in Guyana, and I assume he has other far more important things to do, and that's okay. Leaders have far more important things to do, right? So maybe at some point in time, if he so wants, he can come right here. In fact, tonight being Wednesday night, I want some of you Aubrey Norton supporters to hear this. I even gave up my time, Wednesday time, so that the leader of the PNCR can have his time right here. Give up this Wednesday hour. They should have started 2 weeks ago, but excuses and so forth and so on. And so I don't want folks to think that there's any selfishness on the part of us here at 107.1 FM. We try to reach out. We give everybody their show. We give that youngster from Linden, Mr. Jermaine Figueroa, we give him his own show. He pulled out. We offer the chairman of Region 10 his own show right here. In command. Ganesh Mahipal got his own show. I know he didn't know. Dinesh Jai Prashad got his own show. And I respect Dinesh Jai Prashad because he has been with us for weeks now. And he's on every Tuesday night. He has a death in the family. His chacha died. And so I want to extend, on behalf of all of us here at 107.1 FM, our deepest condolences to a Member of Parliament, Dinesh Jai Prashad's family and the passing of his chacha, right? And so we offered an entire 1 hour built-in audience to the leader of the PNCR to have his own program where he uses this platform to address members of the coalition, members of the PNCR. So I just thought I'd let you guys know that, right? All right, so let's get to the list now. I will do the list and then I'll leave. This is the list. APNU AFC's list. It is time. John Adams, Beverly Alert, Genevieve Allen, Richard Allen, Amna Ali, Shamir Ali, Mark Archer, Asif Balmokun, Mabel Bavikens, Ivan Beetham, jumped ship from the AFC, and he is in the bottom part of a bunk bed with the PPP. He jumped ship. He gone. He's with the PPP, right? AFC. Rajendra Bisasar jump and he gone anyway. Another AFC. He done. He gone. He left them. James Bond. You know James Bond already, right? James Bond just about doing anything, making him money at the bar, right? Simona Brooms, done. She walk away, resigned from the PNC. Ronald Bolkan, you know what's going on with Ronald Bolkan. You know Ronald Bolkan, but he was the Minister of Local Government. Michael Carrington, AFC, the shoemaker. We know where he there. Miss Cerise. Well, I notice I'm behaving like a policeman where you can't spell the name of a street or pronounce it. You move and you take the charge to another street where you could pronounce the name and write it properly, right? So we have here Naumaya, NDB, Schweers, Cerise. Her name is on the list as well. Eileen Chalmers? I don't know who she is. Patricia Chase. Okay. Patricia Chase Green. Her name is on the list too. What's she done with them? Mark Crawford. I don't know if this guy is related to J.R. Crawford. Then Karen Cummings. That's the same Karen Cummings that's in Parliament now, right? She is the Shadow Minister of Health. And then Joel Edmond. He jumped ship. He's AFC. He gone. There's the current General Secretary of the PNC. That's her husband. He done. He jumped ship. He gone. They gone. Jump ship. Gone. Ernest Elliott. My friend Ernest Elliott Ernest is a strong PNC, representative. He's been around for a while. Susan Farnham, I don't know. Winston Felix. Annette Ferguson, well, she's in Parliament. Ingrid Ferguson. Alan Fernandez. Mohammed Gafour. Valerie Garrido Lowe, AFC. Hans Gaskin, also known as Dominic Gaskin, AFC. Ordell Glasgow. All right. Need a glass of water or something, man. The list. Let me go on, man. I'm going to drink some water later. Vladimir Glasgow, AFC from Linden. Nia Gonzalez. And look who else is on the list. Yeah, I got to see my face when I call his name. David Arthur Granger. His name is on the list. And this is the list that I'm talking about in terms of extracting persons to become members of Parliament, right? Let me see here. Carl Greenidge. His name is on the list too. I heard his name is on the list. Carl, well, not heard, is right here. Clayton Hall. Look whose name is on the list too. Let me come this side so y'all could see me. Joseph Harmon, but he done gone. He resigned, right? Let me see who else there on the list. Viviana Harris. Don't know her. Nicolette Henry. Well, she gone. She resigned. Noel Holder. I don't know if there's the same Holder that was Minister of Agriculture. Holy smoke. EFC guy. Look who else on it. Shondell Hope. Catherine Hughes. That is Kathy, right? She's in Parliament. Clarence Anthony Nigel Hughes. Nigel Yu's name is on the list. Is this the 2020 list? Nigel's name is on the list. Ebony Hunt. Christopher Jones. Well, he's in Parliament. Cicely Jonas. Don't know. Winston Jordan, former finance minister. His name is on the list too. Jean LaRose. Valda Lawrence. Her name is on the list too. Janice Lewis Gonzalez. Her name is on the list too. And Marcel Liaping. Her name is on the list too. Then Lawrence London. It is Larry London, right? Larry London. Harold, I suspect, I hope is not true, This list looks, hey man, what my friend did to me, man, Morvin. This doesn't really look like the list, I ain't think this look like the list. I doubt that this is the list, man. How you do me that, Morvin? Well, let's look back here. Keith Scott, Jaipal Sharma, Rohan Somar, Basil Williams, Morvin Williams, Trevor Williams, Morris Wilson. I don't know. I gotta stop, man. Seriously, because I don't think that is the 2020 list, man. What kind of trouble I get myself in here? I doubt this is the 2020 list, because some of those guys have long been PPP. They've long been PPP. And I agree with you, Roberta Ray. I don't think that is so I stop. I'll stop right there. I don't want to give you guys, but a lot of those persons are still on the 2020 list. But I see some names there that I don't think. So thanks, man. That's what happens when you get information, you run with it. And, Marvin Williams is not the kind of guy to give them, it's not the kind of guy that will give missing, but I'll just leave it as that for now. But that's what the list looks like, though, in terms of most of those persons, their names are on the actual, yeah. So, Bentley, I got you. So before we go, though, you want us to talk about the appointment of this guy. What's his name again? Clifton Hicken. Ramjatan said that this guy is competent enough to be commissioner of police, right? Ramjatan has said that. And the PNCR says that they're taking them to court. Ramjatan, representing the AFC, is saying that he's comfortable with this guy. The PNCR is going to be taking them to court. I don't know when, but that's what the PNCR has said. They have signaled their intention to take it to court. I don't know. Somebody's saying that Mr. Kemraj Ramjatan is a snake. I don't know about that, because a lot of, maybe just not Ramjatan, but there are lots and lots of snakes, man. If you ask me, lots of snakes. I'm not done as yet. I want to read the correct list for you guys, right? So I'll stay on for a couple of minutes and read the correct list for you guys before I go. I'll spend another 10 minutes with you, right? I'll spend another 10 minutes or so with you guys because I want you guys to get the correct list. And my apologies. In fact, Mr. Mervyn Williams has also apologized for that little bit of hiccup, a mistake, right? Yep, sorry about that. We will get you that correct list shortly. I'm sure you'd want to hear about those folks and who is on the list and who are some of the people expected to go into Parliament. We don't know as yet, right? So, all right, so here we go. Here we go. This is the list. Valerie Adams Yearwood, former Minister of Housing and former Junior Minister of Agriculture, right? Beverly Alert, Sydney Alicock, Amna Ali. Kadaki Amsterdam is on that list. How come nobody told me that? Kadaki Amsterdam is on that list too. John Anderson, not Tom Anderson, John Anderson is on that list. Eon Baird is on that list. Dionarine Basdeo is on that list. Ryan Belgrave is on that list. Gary Best is on that list. James Bond is on that list. Simona Brooms is on that list. Lakshmin Buran Punalal is on that list. Ronald Bulkan is on that list. I notice Bentley Edwards is saying, yes, Mr. Amsterdam. But Kadaki Amsterdam can't necessarily go on that list. The two persons got to be PNC. Kadaki's on the list as a WPA. And the WPA pulled out. The WPA pulled out of the coalition as soon as elections done. They pull out and they gone. The WPA pull out and gone. They ain't pull out during the 5 years. They wait till the 5 years done and then they empower the WPA. Say, they carry the Georgie bundle and they gone. Dr. Hines and them pull out. The next joke. Politics said they pull out. Anyways, sorry. Let me straighten my face and continue. Ronald Bulkan, his name is on the list. Quinella Cameron, I don't know, is on the list. Michael Carrington, he's on the list. Geeta Chandan Edmond, she's on the list. She's in Parliament. Marcia Chatur Gordon is on the list. Don't know who these persons. Janelle Christian, she's on the list. Astel Collins, also known as Lil Joe. Good night to you, Astel, is on the list. Leonard Craig is on the list, AFC. All right. Karen Cummings on the list. She's in Parliament. Sherrod Duncan is on the list. He's in Parliament and on Facebook. Winston Felix. Annette Ferguson. She's in Parliament. Gerardo Vernance. She's in Parliament and on Facebook. Roysdale Ford. Wendella Franklin. Valerie Godiro Lowe. David Arthur Granger. Carl Greenidge. Leland Harcourt. Joseph Harmon. Eslyn Harris. Don Hastings Williams. Nicolette Henry. Vincent Henry. Wait. Y'all gonna wait. Guess who else's name is on this list? David Hines. Dr. David Hines, his name is on the list, but they get a dilemma here. The WPA pull out. So if the WPA pull out, they can't get a piece of this pie. How they gonna go in parliament? I gotta watch. I was on Dr. Hines' show. I gotta invite him on this show. He can't go in parliament, right? They can't go in parliament. They pull out. Politics, eh? But shucks, Dr. David Hines' name on the list. He can't go in parliament. The WPA pull out. They carry and they pack up the Georgie bundle and they run after power. Well, let me see who else. Good night, Dr. Hines. Catherine Hughes, that's Cathy. She's in parliament. Christopher Jones, he in parliament. Quincy Jones, guy and I get Quincy Jones too. I wonder if this is the guy produced them songs of Michael Jackson. Beat It. And the girl is mine and all kind of Gordon. The goddamn girl is mine, right? Quincy Jones is there. Winston Jordan is there. Mohammed Imran Khan, he's there. He has passed away. Raymond Curtin, that is Dr. Mark Curtin. He's there. Nalini Lal, Volda Lawrence, Michael Leonard, Sheikh Mohammed, Mazarul Majid, Tandai McAllister, Coretta McDonald, Alison Mohammed, Moses Nagamutu. I want to ask a question. Moses, where art thou? Moses done became prime minister. He proved them boys in the PPP. Wrong. He proved them that he could become prime minister and act as president. So well, Moses is happy now. Eh? Aubrey Norton is on the list. George Norton is on the list. Matopo Ogunse, WPA. So 3 WPA banners up on the list. Oh gosh. But none of them can really go because the party pull out. I mean, unless something happens and there, but they can't really go. They're there to represent the WPA. And they pull out. They pack up the Georgie bundle and they run. Gosh. As soon as there's no power no more, the WPA run. Sebastian Orilal, Marcy Parker, David Patterson, oh yeah, he's in parliament. Hanraj Rajkumar, well, he in parliament too, but like we hearing nothing but Rajkumar, nothing at all. Sinanan Ramcharan, Kemraj Ramjatan, Reyaz Rupnarain, Odwin Rutherford, Tabitha Sarabu Haley. Well, she was supposed to be representing the WPA. But when the WPA pulled out, she rushed and formed a little party. Good night, Miss Haley. Keith Scott. Oh, gosh, Keith Scott is part of the coalition. The man with the National Front Alliance. One member, no, 2 of them, they're in the party. 2 of them. Good night to you, Mr. Keith Scott. Christopher Sitaram, you don't know that who. Jaipal Sharma. Well, Jaipal Sharma father and them had a party called Justice for All. After the elections, after power done, CN Sharma and his wife Savitri pick up the Georgie bundle and they run away. Quick. They run. And after they ran away now, Jaipal Sharma said, you know, I'm going no way. You stick around. So he formed his own party. Right? Good evening to you, Mr. Jaipal Sharma. Savitri Singh Sharma, well, she can't go in parliament and take them and they run. They run with their party, CN Sharma wife. They run and go with it. Natasha Singh Lewis, well, she in parliament. She up on Facebook too. Devendra Sukraj, I don't know here. Javon Stephen, I think he's some guy from Borbies. Cynthia Stewart, I don't know. Noel Thomas, don't know. Nicola Trotman, hi Nicola. Raphael Trotman, Nicola Trotman is AFC. Raphael Trotman is AFC. Kenny Valadares, I know that. Darren Wade, he not in parliament. Amanza Walton Desir, she in parliament on Facebook. Renard Ward, he done left the AFC. Basil Williams, he enjoying a little retirement. Marlon Williams, I know what Marlon up to, but he's AFC. Morvin Williams, good evening to you, Morvin. Morvin was also in Parliament before, you know. Morvin is not bad worker, you know. The man is take off his boots and walk all over by. You need parliamentarians that are willing to take off their boots and walk, take off the socks and walk, take off the short jacket and walk, represent the people. We need parliamentarians like who are willing to take off the seat, the shoes and all these things by. Trevor Williams, well, he is AFC. A time in Parliament, he missed the boat coming from Bartica. And a critical vote in Parliament, and the PPP went ahead and they won that vote by Trevor Williams. The man missed the boat by Lucy Wilson. I don't know who's Lucy. Hubert Wong. Hubert name on the list, though? All right, so let us get down to business. Outside of all those who, I'm not ruling out Kadaki and WPA guy, but they walked away. So obviously they're not high up on the agenda to be chosen to go into Parliament. But who by? Hey, I don't know, man. I gotta go. I'm a little bit hungry. You know, they say we hungry belly, but I'm a little bit, I don't know if it's because of those names on the list. Most of those names on the list. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. And I'm seeing that list. Somebody's saying we need a new fresh list. Well, the only time that there can be a fresh list is next elections. Look like this gonna be tough. Based on them names on the list, it looks like it's gonna be tough by who to choose. I don't know. Yeah, I'll say something else before I go. It's like I want to cry. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't know what to say. I know what else to say to you guys. I'm a politician. Some of them believe politics is just Facebook. They come on Facebook, they talk a couple things and they gone. You don't see most of them, you don't see them on the ground. I don't know. And then when I talk, they just get vexed. Some of them want, some of them want crucify me. Some of them want throw me in the garbage bin. Some of them want bust open my head. The thing is, the PPP alone don't like me. But I'm not here for people who like me, man. We get a lot of these members of parliament and them on the list. I don't know. I don't know. The Guyanese people need workers, man. They need people who will go out and represent them. You can't have Jack Deere and them banners, some of them Looney Tunes, going into Linden and forming PPP groups and all them kind of things. And it's scary. I'm telling you all straight up. And they got to stop playing blame game all the time. Get out there and work, man. Get off Facebook. Facebook is not campaigning alone. Go on the ground. Stop making this thing look good as though you get out and work. God damn it. You guys are being paid to work $250,000 a month to go and work for the people, man. Stop the bickering, the fighting, the jealousy, people voted for y'all. I voted for y'all not to come on Facebook for represent me. If I want y'all if I want any representation on Facebook, we get people like Duran. We get people like Royal Fiji. You get people like Nikki Innes. You get people like Lynette. You get people like Desiree. You get a whole bunch of people could come on Facebook and represent the people. People didn't vote for parliamentarians to collect a fat salary, and then only to come for the most part on Facebook with claim that you're representing us. Now, don't get me wrong, Facebook is one aspect, but y'all got to take off y'all high heels. Y'all got to take off y'all shoes. Take off y'all nails. Go on the ground. Represent the people, man. I gotta go, guys. I gotta go. Everett Leonard, good evening to you, sir. You're right. Don't party people, and sometimes for the most part, the party people are not. Nothing is wrong, even if they have party people. We'll get competent people, man. I gotta go, man. I gotta go. Maybe the leadership of the PNC, after watching tonight, they're gonna really tell some of the MPs, don't ever come back. Don't come back on Benschop show. Like if they'll do me any. Like if I gonna lose sleep. I ain't gonna lose sleep, you know. I gotta go, man. I really gotta go. Don't forget there are other programs in the morning. There's the mid-morning show. I believe we have some technical problems, you know, that we're still trying to correct. But there's Kadaki's show in the morning on Cam's TV. Check him out. And there are other shows where members of parliament are comfortable bringing shows to you on Facebook, highlighting what you already know via the news and so forth. We get more newscasters than, I don't know. Sometimes it's so hurtful sometimes. Sometimes I feel like crying, like Will Smith, because I feel that what a lot of those members of parliament, especially those in the opposition, forget about those Looney Tunes in the installed regime, we know what they're about, but sometimes I feel that we are being slapped politically by these opposition MPs, most of them. Sometimes I feel like they're taking us too much for granted. They are taking us too much for granted, too much excuses upon excuses why this can be done, and the blame game. They gotta stop it. I gotta go, man. God bless you all, and God bless our beautiful country. See y'all tomorrow, right here on 107.1 FM. Just to remind you that Tom Anderson will be with us on Friday. So long. Before I go, don't forget Vanessa Kisoon for president of the Guyana Teachers Union. All you teachers out there, send in your vote. Vote for Vanessa Kisoon. Real leadership without any form of political manipulation, especially by those who are part of this corrupt, rigged regime. Time for new leadership of the Guyana Teachers Union. Vanessa Kisoon is that person who will make that change, who will be that change, the person who will fight for the rights and respect of all teachers. Give Miss Vanessa Kisoon that chance. Vote for her. God bless you all. See y'all tomorrow.
So, this is attorney Shellen Washington, owner and founder of the Washington Law Firm, located at 455 Utica Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. We're specialized in medical malpractice, personal injuries, matrimonial law, and landlord and tenant. If you're in need of legal representation, please give us a call today. The number to call is 718-877-3100. Consultation is free at no cost to you. So call us today to see if we can be of any assistance to your legal needs. Again, the phone number to call us is 718-877-3100.